Hey, RoboHead users. Welcome to Converge 2025. This is RoboHead's annual user conference, but more specifically, welcome to my session called Getting Credit, How to Collect Kudos and Show Impact. My name is Brent Otto, and I am the Director of Business Development. I know, it's a big title, but basically what I do is provide live demonstrations to our prospects and new clients. And what I'm here to do today is to kind of show you, how to have a little bit of fun with RoboHead, because I know project management is serious stuff, but you can make a little fun of it as we go. So let me jump in. So we are talking about surveys. Surveys are important. They're very easy to do in RoboHead, but I understand when I bring it up in, my first demos with prospects, they always go quiet when we talk about surveys. But surveys allow you to collect feedback from your stakeholders, from the people you're working with, because data comes from RoboHead and data is good, but you also need feedback. So how do you get that survey started in RoboHead? So with our project, I do have a big important project. So to get that survey started, click the drop-down box, and you'd want to select Send Satisfaction Survey. So again, you would send this to your requesters, to your reviewers, but for today, I'm just going to send it to myself. You can add a new comment where we just want to please provide feedback. And then pick that expiration date. Typically, you don't want to give more than a week. I would say anywhere from 2 to 3 days. Because again, our surveys are pretty easy to fill out. Won't take a lot of time. So I recommend don't give them any more than 7 days. So I'll hit submit. So now what this will do is send an email to the people you wanted to send it to so they can be reminded to say, hey, we'd like to hear from you. So let's see what that looks like. So they get an email message. So if I click on that, here's how that message looks. I will show you here in a second on how to kind of templatize this email so we don't have to type this out. But I also kind of add incentive. So, hey, stakeholder, if you wouldn't mind filling this out, you would be entered to win $20 at the swag store. Okay, so again, not too corny, but there is some incentive for them to fill this out. So from here, they would simply just click. They could click on one of the smiley faces so you can see that comes through. And then if they do want to add, some comments here, they can, but they don't need to. So again, that's why we want to keep it as easy as possible. And then here's those kudos. So if they want to, and they know who they're working with, they could pass kudos out to, anybody that's been working on this project. And then they would go ahead and leave their name. Okay. So again, real simple, real easy. So when I hit send, this will go back into RoboHead, and now you'll have a survey on that project. Now let me show you. So that templated email, you'd go under Account, under Actions, and go to Email Templates, and then you would simply select Satisfaction Survey. So again, here's where you can templatize, automate, and make that survey go out a lot easier and quicker. So now let's jump back. Let's see how that survey looks. So if I go under projects, go under my big important project here, and now you can see that survey tab was added because we did have a survey. So click on that. So this is where you get feedback. You can see the rating and you can see the comment. So again, very simple, very easy. Now, part 2, those kudos. So we talk about collecting kudos. Now, getting kudos from a survey, that's good, but you're still kind of relying on that stakeholder to collect a kudo. So I want to show you how you can send kudos to your teammates from just doing their job day in and day out. Kudos, you can see in this upper right-hand corner, right next to my name, I have 24 kudos, okay? I'm good at my job, I'm not gonna lie. So you can see throughout this month, I've been getting kudos for the job I've been doing, okay? So here's a survey response from John Anderson. Provided a great comment where it's great work. And then you can see that I also got a kudo from a review, and then also a review here. And then you'll notice some of these task kudos. So here's an idea that I want to give to you. You talk about how can you make project management fun? How can we gamify this? So what I propose as an idea is maybe, create a contest and say, hey, team members, whoever collects the most kudos in 1 month gets some swag or gets a $50 gift card. And maybe you do it, once a month. Hopefully you have different winners throughout that month, but you could go ahead and gamify getting and collecting kudos. Now, you can see I have 24 kudos. You don't have to do that manually. So where we would do that is we would set that up in RoboScript. So if you go under RoboScripts, I want you to look at 9 and 9.1. So I have a RoboScript that's active. So if I get a task that's done early or on time, I would get a kudo. If I get a review done on time, I would get a kudo. And to me, reviews are even harder to get done on time because there's so many external forces that you're working with. So between these two RoboScripts, I can gamify and have some fun to see who, over each month collects the most kudos, and kind of, reward your team, have a little fun with it. So hopefully that gives you a great idea, but would love to hear feedback on these kudos and collecting survey. And if you need more ideas, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.